What's better than 2 Disney castles? 3 Lego Disney castles. This box. And this box contains the Lego Disney Castle, the latest edition. Let's open it up, shall we? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Disney100 Lego Castle. And I'm gonna build it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you see here my 2 Lego Disney castles. And this one, you might remember, I built on a live stream. This one is one of my first pieces of content. And remember, in the back are all these great tableaus. You have all those great little pictures on the inside. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 4,837 pieces of amazingness. This is Lego set number 4322, and the difference between this one and the old castle is that this one comes with princes and princesses. I think that's pretty awesome. And as you remember, the old one came with the Fab 5. I did add Chip 'n Dale to my collection. It originally came with these 5, but Chip 'n Dale got added later. But we also, like I said, on a live stream built that one, but now we're building the new one. It is larger, has more rooms, and is using the 50th celebration colors from the latest Cinderella castle. I'm gonna time lapse it after I show you how the parts look on the inside of the box. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is all the bricks pulled out of the box. Some of them were in that white box, which was stuffed into that box. Yeah, this is extensive. There's 25 bags, I believe. I might have miscounted, but I believe there's 25 different stages. Now, what you do is, in the instruction manual, which, by the way, came in this envelope, and I'll show you that in a moment, the instruction manual will tell you to find bag number 1, and there might be multiple bag number 1s that you need to pull out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to utilize this white box that came with all the parts, and I'm going to put them in order down to the bottom. So all I have to do is reach in and get the next set. So that's the next step. Well, I was able to get up to number 4 in the box. I have 1, 2, and 3 on the table, plus the large plates. And I do want to point out that there's not just one book. There are 3. And they're all super thick. I mean, look at this. This is book 1. I love building Lego, and this is going to be so much fun. This is a lot of instructions. And away we go. Hey Lego, us red-green colorblind people would really love it if you would please pick something other than red to outline the new bricks on the page. Thanks. The one thing about Legos that I dread are stickers going on objects, because I am very finicky and they need to go on perfect. Close enough. One of the little tips that I recommend when you're building is watch out for this. See, they had you make 4 of these. I make them all first and then I put them on, so that way you know how they go on better. Just a little tip. One of the things that I really love is when they give you actually like little details that are added in. It's not just structural stuff in every bag, like the anvil with a sword in it, or the mop bucket and the mop right there, which I think is pretty cool. One of the things that I'm noticing that I really like is some of the things that have stayed the same and some of the things that are different. You notice these little extras here with the parapets and the clock and the way they're kind of doing that, but there's also other things in here that are different, like the curtains that they put in here. And if you look over here, you can see some of the details are the same, like they have the same kind of system to get the top of the steeple. They have that same kind of shape. The clock's the same, but there's minor things that are different. One is color, but 2, they're also very different ways of putting all this stuff on. I will also point out that these lanterns are attached differently on that than they are in here. Here, they're grasped by the railing, and here, they're grasped by the wall, which I think is kind of interesting. But I just like the fact that some of the details are the same and some of them are different. So I want to point out something. You see how this one here, it has a little yellow, has a yellow tab, and the other 3 have these like cream colored ones. Now that's on purpose, because what they want you to be able to do is identify it, how they have it oriented in the picture, because it's probably going to make a difference later when you put it onto the piece. So make sure you're paying attention for that, and that's why they have you do that with a random, like odd colored one like that. Chip really likes the accumulated plastic bags. And with that, we have finished book 2, and it's telling us to go on to book 3. Show what we have so far. Pretty much, we made the bottom part of the castle. Here's the front with our... Oop, Snow White fell down. Princess down! Prince down, too. Jeez. Apparently I've been causing earthquakes. But they have all these, like, nice flower details on the front outside. We also have the lanterns there and the steps with the columns. And this nice little detail over here. And looks pretty good from the outside. And here it is from the back. Nice detail work in the tower. Especially like the extra little tower that they add in on this one. That one's a lot of fun. But as you're kind of looking through it, you can see in there is our broom, adding a little bit of light. You can see our broom and bucket and the fountain that was put in there. And we also have this really cool detail with the trees with the flowers that are blowing. Remember our spinning floor here. We also have our anvil and sword, and we have Lumiere with a fork sticking out of the top, and we have Mushu and the sword in there, and we also, on the top here, have a pumpkin kind of hiding in there. I think those are nice little extra details. I also really like this little added tower. We didn't have anything like that on the other castle. I can show what I mean. Like they just had another little square one over there. For this one, though, I do appreciate the fact that they added this little corner square piece with more of a parapet kind of style. But anyway, that is 15 bags. As you can see, we have bag 16 waiting to go, and we're going to move on to book 3. Just pointing out that bags 16 through 21 are going to finish up that part of the castle, so the central tower part, and then the bags 23 through 25 are going to finish the top part with some fireworks. Now, if they do it the same way they did this castle, you will not attach that part to the base of the castle until you finish it all the way to the top. And you can tell it has like a footprint that fits right there behind after you put the other castle in, but that just so you can see what's going on. Oh, look, it's a little Mrs. Potts and Chip. How cute. So here's some similarities I'd like to point out. You see this piece? This is on the old castle. I'm gonna pop this off, and underneath you're gonna see a chest that has Cinderella's slipper, and this is the Cinderella book, all right, that's hidden inside this little space. They did something similar. Let me put this back on. They did something similar over here with the new castle. And this, you can see it's a little bit different. It has a built-up space. This cap, which I don't want to break, pull it out, there we go. That cap covers up a Steamboat Willie drawing, the wand from Tinkerbell, and then this little movie camera. I think it's cool that they did that little throughput between the two, but they kind of changed it up. I want to point out something. They had you hide an apple in the tower as you're building it. I'm in the middle of bag 21, and there's an apple piece, and they're having you drop it into the tower. See, there's the instruction, and you're about to build over it. That's weird. Also, Nala decided to climb inside the box back here. Okay, so the main part of the castle of the upper floor is finished. That's that side. And there's the interior. You have this room that has little nods to a bunch of princesses, like Belle with the rose and Aladdin with the carpet and the lamp, and you have Moana with the oar and stuff like that. You also have Tangled, and you have down here, you have another little nod, I believe, to Beauty and the Beast, but it may just be like Cinderella's royal table. But the thing I think I'm using is the Dream Suite, and I think it's interesting. The bed is like is folded over, because the funny part is they also put the Dream Suite in the other castle with a different style of bed. I think it's kind of fascinating that they still had that little throughput in there, so I like the fact that they're allowing that to stay. I've also had some kitty helpers, including Nala. This is how you can tell you're getting near the end. The piles of what I like to call fiddly bits. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have achieved the last bag. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's put together time. We're finished building all the parts. We have the tower, we have the main castle, and we have the lower level. You ready? I'm excited. Oh yeah, and don't forget about the fireworks. Those will be the finishing touch. The front of the castle. Now, here's the first part. Little drop-in spots. There we go. And the final part, the tower. Oh. And the fiddly bits like to come off. That's why I call them fiddly bits. Straight in. Ta-da! And now, fireworks. Ta-da! It's done! I got it done! Check it out. Here's a rundown of all of our princesses. We got Cinderella, then Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and this one has some Maleficent magic on the other side. Check that out. You can spin that one around. Of course, we have Tangled, and we have Aladdin with the genie lamp and carpet, and then we have Beauty and the Beast with the bookshelf, and that bookshelf is pretty cool. And the rose, you have Maui and an oar for Moana. You have Mrs. Potts and Chip hidden in that one. You have more Beauty and the Beast with Lumiere and the pots and pans, and also the kitchen. And you have Cinderella with the pumpkin, Mulan with the sword and dragon, and you have Little Mermaid with the dingle hopper. Now, back there is the sword in the stone. I was mistaken before and thought that that was something else, but that's a sword in the stone. And finally, over here with the blowing leaves, we have Pocahontas. They have done a really good job of representing everybody, and the Dream Suite is actually representing Sleeping Beauty. So, lots of great stuff going on in these tableaus. What's better than having a Lego Disney castle? Having a lighted Lego Disney castle. This light kit is from BrickLoot. Thanks for coming along on this journey to build this amazing castle. That was a lot of fun. I hope you've had a good time. And, like we always say, we don't like to say goodbye. because we're going to see you real soon. So we say, see ya bye.